Lonnie, just curious, kind of kind of the tenor of just the way that you talked to Rob and Darvin about how the season went, how it went for you, the team, and what part you think you might be able to play moving forward.
Just understanding how the season went overall, the ups and downs and being able to weather the storm and staying ready and, even off-court things and whatnot, and just finding balance of it all. So I think overall we just talked about how great it was. I think this was a very defining moment as far as, in my career, becoming like a man and understanding, the business side of things and understanding, like the best is yet to come. And I think that's the best thing is just understanding my capabilities and really locking in even more this summer and trying to get to my goals.
Towards that end, you're still a pretty young player in this league. Where do you think that are the biggest areas for growth and the places you want to focus after making a run to the conference finals like this?
Just reading the game inside the game, kind of like how LeBron sees it, as far as, the IQ and how people are playing you and how to make adjustments and whatnot. But I'm a workaholic, and I think there's most of the areas as far as three-level scoring I can improve on, and on the defensive side, maybe getting stronger, bulking up. But I think I got what it takes to be something, special in this league, but it just comes with a lot of time and sacrifice.
Lonnie, how much will that game 4 against the Warriors be something that imbues you with confidence as you go into the offseason, whether it be working out, whether it be assessing your options around the league, whether it be coming back here? Just how's that something you're going to take with you from your experience this season?
I think it showed my capabilities, even in the beginning of the season, I had a flow, I had a rhythm, and so to not be able to play for a month and a half, 2 months, and get back to playing against last year's championship team and playing against Steph and Clay, Hall of Famers, and playing alongside LeBron and AD, and show that, I'm capable of making an impact. And one of the most important moments of my life, I think it shows, just keep it up, just keep going, just the tip of the iceberg.
Lonnie, you played for Greg Popovich, but what did Darvin Ham show you about what he could do as a coach, considering you guys started 2-10?
I think it shows, why he was a championship caliber assistant coach with the Bucks. As far as the mindset and understanding what it takes to get here. His attention to detail was amazing to be around and be able to witness. Not only that, but he was a player's coach. He was one of those guys that I firmly believe anyone can go and talk to about anything, on the court stuff, off the court stuff. He really elevated and relieved your mind, as far as, being able to talk to you and teach you things. If you wanted to watch film, he was always for it. If you wanted to just hang out and talk, he was worth talking to. So I think as a coach, for it to only be his first year, the chemistry on and off the court was pretty great.
Lonnie, you talked about the highs and the lows, and obviously you're starting playing a big role. You suffer an injury, fall out of the rotation, then get back in the rotation and help this team make a Western Conference Finals run. I'm curious, during the lows, what was kind of the lesson that you learned that you were able to kind of use that to kind of fuel you once you got back in the rotation?
That my story ain't finished. It's funny that I was saying it, because I was playing so well. I had end goals. I was already thinking of like the possibilities of, getting a new contract and whatnot, and this, that, and the third. So when I stopped playing, it was kind of like, man, just keep your head down, be professional, and play as hard as you can. And to my parents, to my mom, to my brother, like, you can ask them 1,000 times. I always said it only takes one game, and I kept repeating it only takes one game. And I think I kind of manifested that to, not being able to play and then playing in a huge game and impacting multiple games. I just had to keep fighting. I know that the story ain't over, that even if I didn't play the rest of this year, that there was going to be another opportunity elsewhere, if not here again. And I just got to use the opportunity. Every day is a new opportunity to be something special. And I just, I take that with great confidence and importance.
Lonnie, you mentioned, your contract situation. What do you want for yourself, whether it's here or in your next team? What are you looking for in terms of opportunity and role and stuff like that?
Just being able to impact winning. If a team sees something in me, whether it's here or elsewhere, just being able to play, Lonnie Walker basketball and do what I can do to the best of my capabilities. But, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Hey, Lonnie. You just mentioned impacting winning. What are some specific ways you feel like your game grew this year in terms of being a valuable player on the court, even when you're not necessarily cooking offensively?
I had to really, when I'm sitting down on the bench, just being observant of players that are within my position, Austin Reeves, Dennis Schroeder, even D'Lo, Michael Bees, seeing what they're doing so great and seeing what I can do kind of similar to that. So when I get onto the court, the transition as far as chemistry, it's very easy to adjust to because what they're doing obviously is making them stay on the court and play minutes. So what can I do or what can I learn to gain to get back on the court and, play to my best of my capabilities for my team so we can win. And I think really just learning, watching film, seeing what's a good shot to a great shot, understanding time and place for certain shots, if they're on a run or if we're on a run, what's a great shot. And very just diving deep into film and just learning those things, as far as just the IQ side of things. And I think having such great teammates and such offensive weapons, I've learned so much on all three levels.
Lonnie, you came into this season talking about defense being a goal for you to improve that over the course of the season. And now that you've had this whole year, what's the hardest part about raising your game defensively?
I think it's just consistent intensity, consistent effort, leaving it all out there every single day. Even when there's days where you might have nicks and knacks and injuries or you're tired than the norm, and that comes with just mental toughness. And I think also just watching film as well and growing. I think going into the playoffs, it was more so watching film on a Jamal Murray or watching film on a Steph Curry and see what they do consistent and trying to understand how they're getting their shots off and trying to, stop that. So it's really just being disciplined, watching the game plan, knowing what you're taking and what you're given. And, and that just comes with growth.